is going to be sovereignty. Okay. It's a perfect subject to have in alignment in the mind when it comes to the current temperature of the world right now. As I mentioned to you guys weeks ago, and before the snowstorm actually happened, I told everyone, hello, listen to me. I told everyone on all my platforms that this snowstorm is a ritual. Winter is a ritual. They're using this moment to siphon your energy, to disempower you unless you choose a side. So right now is, all right, we're going to come in your neighborhoods and threaten you. And because we threaten you, you're going to pick a side. It's either going to be you roll with us, the people in the government, and you get that higher ranking hierarchy feeling, right? Feeling, because it's not real, right? Because they still could come in here and just throw ice on us at any fucking second, right? Which is why I could never ever rock with them. Based on the Constitution, I have the right to not rock with them, right? I have the right as a trustee or a trust owner operator to also say I don't rock with nobody. Anybody comes on my property, anything can be, handled, right? So, right. So with that being said, we're speaking on sovereignty today. And I told you guys long ago, I said this whole entire snowstorm is a ritual. They're using it to siphon energy, get you to choose a side, run away from this person, run away from that person. This person's dropping this person off. Okay, I don't want this person no more. Y'all can go ahead and use this as cattle. Y'all can use this energy. Y'all can eat this up. This is a meal for y'all. However, I'm not protecting it no more. I don't want ownership of it no more. Whatever, right? Now, crazy as all that sounds, um, sovereignty starts within the mind. Sovereignty starts with three different things. Sovereignty is mind, money, and freedom. You got to actually believe you're free in order to start experiencing the freedom of being free. That first freedom is this. If I'm a freed man, what do I need to look like on paper in order to be a freed man or woman? First, First things first, to be a freed woman, freed man, you got to set your paperwork up correctly. So if you guys aren't aware of what a trust is basically like imagine an LLC or something of the sort, right? And the LLC or the trust or the LLC or the S corp, this is a higher ranking of it. Basically, a trust is protected. A trust doesn't have to operate based on the laws of the land, right? A trust can set up its own situation. What's up? Appreciate you. I listen to your music. But a trust sets itself up as a separate entity, right? So even this apartment complex, like most apartment complexes, they get ran by trust. It's not just a corporation or company. So it protects the person who owns the trust from actually having their personal wages tampered with, right? So if you are, say you were a founder and operator of a trust, and you have the identification on you. If the police pull you over, they can't pull you over. They can't search your car, and you don't have to have insurance. You don't have to have your car registered. So basically, it takes a whole bunch of financial responsibility off of you as a citizen of America. It makes you more like a unfuckwithable entity in the US of A. Okay, you become unfuckwithable when it comes to the US of A. So then, with that being said, if you become unfuckwithable when it comes to being a part of the USA, you then, like I said, get pulled over by the police. They can't pull you over. They can't search your car. You can smoke weed right in front of them in your car. They can't do shit to you, right? But everybody too worried about who got the fastest car, who got the fattest ass these days, and who can shake it hardest, right? So when it comes to your freedom, that's the first thing you got to worry about is getting yourself a trust. Everybody worried about buying the newest Jordans. Oh, shoot, the new year coming out. I got to get me a brand new car. Oh, shoot, I paid my rent before you. Did you get yourself a trust? Are you a trust owner and operator? Are you an owner and operator of a trust? I don't want to talk to you unless you have a trust underneath your name. Is it make it an irrevocable trust too, a living trust, so that basically, if also when you pass away, anything that's in that trust cannot be taxed or taken back by the state or the country and is directly handed off to your children, because they are also owners and operators of the trust. We talk about sovereignty today, being a sovereign being in the United States of America, so that when these businesses, like I told y'all, these snowplow trucks is going to come through and siphon energy, come and fuck around and try to touch everybody's crown chakra and say, we the bosses in charge. We touching everybody's crown chakra. Can't nobody get on top of us. We got these borders up around your whole entire neighborhood. We run this shit. Bow down, bitches, or else. Get down with the get down, lay down. Yeah. We running this shit. Ain't shit you can do about it. Okay? That's what the goal was. For those who don't understand. Okay? For those that didn't get it. They told you to go to the grocery store. The grocery store owners and operators was taking it. Y'all listen to Take Me Through There, Take Me Through There. All y'all love to lean on intimacy and pleasure in order to stop feeling the pain of pushing forward in America. Y'all don't want to feel the real pain of being an actual upstanding citizen that's really fighting for your rights to be a living, again, untouchable being. So y'all rather just let y'all pussies purr and just go with the flow. Fuck the flow. The flow gonna have us on the motherfucking flow. FLOOR. Okay? If you keep going with the flow of things, you're going to be a damn booty hole demon, and you ain't going to know who fucking you, because your brain's so goddamn congested with all the goddamn dark arts that they putting on you from all 4 directions, all 8 directions, that you can't even tell that your shit is being spread so wide open that you got 25 motherfuckers in there fucking you at the same time you wouldn't even know. Again, I hate to have to break it to you, but that's literally what they're doing to women in America. They don't want patriarchy to stop. They realized the matriarchs was coming together. That's why they sent this snowstorm for us to now be in this duress, where all these wonderful big billionaires went through all these different neighborhoods and went through and claimed different neighborhoods. Let me tell you something, L. Harris. That we not there yet. If everybody gets themselves to the point where they have the trust, that's the first thing. That's the first step that we worried about, okay? Now, at that point, everybody should be able to start having founders meetings with the trust together. Hello, we having founders meetings, everybody. We here, we all understand, we all here for the same purpose, to figure out how we gonna run this shit. Because last time I checked, when it comes to the worldwide population, the people who want to be in power are 15% to the 85%. Okay. Women don't want to fight the war. We don't have time for that. There shouldn't even be a war. What is the war for? It's free apples and berries and trees everywhere. It's free gas. They know how to make gas from corn in the lab. Why are we having wars over oil? We don't even need oil anymore. The war is just a fucking facade of a reason to go blow up bodies to siphon energy and incite people's emotions. People are literally casualties just because. These people who are dying by the hands of ICE are probably people who are suicidal anyway. Or people who genuinely, they just want to make a point. They don't even care. It's not even like a direct, like they're not doing it. They just want to incite your emotions so that you're not focused on the fact that, hey, if we all are on the same time and we're not trying to bully each other into seeing who's right and who's wrong, we can literally all take all of our money that we have currently and go buy some land right now. Or figure out who owns our neighborhood and go get a certain kind of loan where we could just put them out of business and literally own the land that we live on. So it won't be no more rent. It just be mortgage. You could just live here for forever. But again, it's going to take people to continue to keep climbing and climbing and climbing. Oh no, we up here and you down here. So if you want to talk shit about us, we going to put you down. You put me down if you want to. But I'm going to tell you one thing for certain and 2 things for sure about me. And one thing I'm going to always be intelligent about is the fact that I know that we have freedoms that are literally burned into the book of law. Everything is free. Everything is free. We just keep on telling ourselves it's not. There's no such thing as elites. Why do you believe that there's really things that are really people who are elite? It's your belief system that got you stuck in that kind of mindset, believing like we're stuck, we're not free. Sovereignty. There's black people who walk around here every single day that don't get locked up. They got locked up one time, they never get locked up again because they learned their laws while they got locked up. And whoever's trying to disrespect my life right now and try to disbalance what's going on or disharmonize what's going on, there's something wrong with you. I'm gonna pray for you. Whoever is trying to do that, you need to get kicked out of my life because you're doing too much. No, I'm not supposed to sound normal. I'm supposed to be giving y'all... Okay, anyway, so back to what I was saying. It's not even the people in the live. It's literally just the entities and the people around that just don't want to see the rise of what's right and what's true. And it's cool though. I understand, how they feel. It's cool. But here's the plain print. Sovereignty lies in money, your mind, and your freedom. If your mind isn't able to understand that there's laws that allow you to roam this world free, you'll never be able to get the freedom that is going to allow you to get the money. It's not even them. It's really my baby father in spirit. It's not really y'all. It's and it's no problem. I have no issue, but let's leave it to you like this. No, it's cool. I got a neighbor that's been silent for the past 3 days, and I got neighbors on the side of me, so they probably all having their own battle, and they all trying to push against they trying to keep their food in their house. But I don't know. Don't care. Point is this: sovereignty can't happen until you free your mind, so that you can get to the freedom ideas and then get to the money. Now, here's another thing when it comes to money, right? Money will have you thinking that you're free because you have lots of it. And people keep talking about Walmart as if like my stocks and shares, whoever owns Walmart, who's the person that owns Walmart? Ford? I think the person who owns my car, Ford. The Ford family owns Walmart. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. So anyway, people will try to convince you that the only way to get money is to exploit yourself. Right? You don't have to exploit yourself at all in order to make money. Not at all. No, not at all. The only thing you have to do to make money is understand how money works. For instance, I could make a digital product and sell it to you guys to make money. I could make products, digital products, and advertise them to you guys and let you guys know, these are my digital products. This is what I come to sell. This is my platform. This is what I have. This is what I offer. And that's that, right? However, I don't have to exploit myself to make money. Whereas currently, I've been tempted to go back to an old lifestyle. You know, you can go back to the club and go be a dancer and just make $250 a night. It's real easy, but I gotta be in front of a bunch of drunk men all day and grind on their lap all day. I don't necessarily want to do that, right? So that's not necessarily what one would want to do. But the world will have you thinking, if you don't humble yourself, drop down to your knees, drop down to the itty gritty, nitty, small modicum of yourself in order to get a dollar, then you're not worthy. Where are my moderators? No, right now we have a company outside that's actually shoveling our snow. That's really out here doing the most. Like, they keep sitting in front of my window over and over again. They're doing a horrible job of just being annoying. Like, they keep trying to come through and keep on trying to bully different people. So what you might be feeling and sensing is what we're forced to go through these snowstorms. They lock us in the house and then have these companies come through and do this energetic bullshit to us. Whatever entity is working with that company is doing what it's doing to people in the neighborhood. People who are not within the neighborhood's bubble. No, there's no bop going on over here. It's actually occult knowledge. It's really more so taking 18 streams of energy and shoving it down somebody and then trying to keep them like this. And it feels like I'm a bop, but that's not what's going on. It feels or appears that that's what's going on, but really it's just someone energetically shooting energy down at somebody using occult knowledge. So it's not actually me being a bop or actually doing that. It's just energy being projected at me through a company or corporation that doesn't want me to spread the truth, right? Like how before they came, all right. So yeah, I don't know why y'all trying to project that auric field onto myself, trying to say that I'm a bot, but that's just energetic projection. That's something that someone has been doing for the past few days because it's been snowing outside. You understand how people, they feel like they have authority based on them knowing people in higher places and people are granting them access to go do certain things to certain people? That doesn't mean that what you're reading energetically off of somebody is true. But anyway, back to what I said, sovereignty. It all goes based on the mind, the freedom, and the money. People feel like when you don't have money, they can bully you. People feel like when you're on government housing, they can bully you. People feel like when you're on food stamps, they can bully you. People feel like when you don't make the same amount of money as them or you don't have the same kind of job as them, they can bully you. So what they'll try to do is they'll try to take away your credibility. They'll try to take away your platform, take away your access to your higher knowledge, things of the sort. and try to get people to believe, in fact, that you are anything but who you really are. Right? So I have peace within me. However, like I said, it's people all around me going through the person. No, it was literally like completely dark outside 5 minutes ago. But then I just started clearing my energy. I'm like, why does my brain feel like this? Why does my chest feel like this? Why does this feel like this? Everything feels like really dark and like heavy. And I just started clearing my energy, and then all of a sudden the sun came out. But then as soon as the sun came out, the snow truck came back like, beep, beep, wait, it's more energy to harvest here. We got to come back. Like, it's manipulation, and it's what they were doing to us throughout. That's why they sent the snowstorm. They're like, oh, well, there's no way that y'all are going to have all the power and we won't have all the power. People with no money think the money, no, there's people who have money that think money isn't everything. And I've had plenty of money, but I've realized that people didn't treat me any different when I had money versus when I don't have money. People treat me the same. People were still disrespectful and users, whether I had the money or not. People still came in and attempted to siphon energy off my. And again, have you mind, I have a child in the house, so if y'all are being disrespectful, I don't have time for the weirdness. I have a kid in here, so chill out. So while I'm sitting here getting up off my ass and really rising back into what I'm supposed to be, they're sending random trolls into my YouTube page. Like, they try to take away my protection. Every time I get protection, I get a firewall, I get some kind of safety, some kind of net of security. They try to send people to come troll my account, to come do weird stuff. What? Anyway, this is why I don't want to do these videos live, because y'all not respectful. And I feel like and I know for certain there's a collective out there that wants to hear what I have to say, that respects what I have to say. And those are the kind of people that I want around me. If you don't want those kind of people around, I don't know what's wrong with you. If you don't want a person like that around you, if you start slamming stuff, like I heard a neighbor start slamming stuff because I just thought about a different energy. Like, if you don't want energies like that around, there's something wrong with you. Because energies like that actually got respect for themselves. Energies like that actually understand that we're supposed to be safe and secure. Energies like that understand the importance of privacy and protecting people around you, because the world is fucked up out here. Standing in solidarity and not trying to condemn or control, understanding that there are people who have more following and more traction than you, so they need to get their message across, because what are you doing about it besides just sitting there? So people will try to do things like noise campaign your house, slam stuff, try to slam, stomp, yell, all of that. But then look, you go back to their energy, look how dim the room get. Well, it's not my fault that you didn't, and you don't have connections to people who actually like, like, if you want to be stuck in the dark, be stuck in the dark, but don't expect people like me to also want to be stuck in the dark. Because again, we're talking about sovereignty. We're talking about understanding who and what you are as an entity so that you can be free from the system. Because if you're a free national, no, you don't have to abide by the same rules and laws as everybody else. If you're a trust operator and owner, you don't have to abide by the same laws and stuff as everybody else. Every time I start to shift my energy and I feel different, I feel somebody stomp. So yeah, every time I feel good and healthy and at peace, I feel somebody stomp, stomp. I would believe that that is because they're trying to disrupt the energy flow of peace that I feel. My peace is for some odd reason detrimental to these people. I have social media. You can follow me on social media at Euphoria 9A's 1_ on all platforms. I also make my own music, breath work, also raps and spoken word poetry. So if you want to find me on that, you can find me there. Why are you on my page? I need to block you for good. Like, how do I like report you for good? And harassment or bullying. Okay. This is harassing me. Okay. And report you so that you don't ever come back here again. Because, like, why do y'all come here to just be weird? That's what I'm saying. People really, like, genuinely hate themselves enough to come to somebody's platform that they don't like every day. Like, if you don't like somebody, then stay away from their platform. It's that simple. If you can't stand someone, just stay away from their platform. Anyway, God will keep you. January 26th. It says, as for me, I am poor and needy, yet the Lord takes thought and plans for me. You are my help and my deliverer. Oh my God, do not tarry. Psalm 40:17. God has a plan for each of us, and the good things that happen to us are not just from a coincidence. All good and perfect gifts come from God. See James 1:17. It is exciting to have a relationship with God when we are aware that He is carefully leading and guiding us to His blessings. If you don't understand something the first time God speaks to you, He will give you another chance and will continue to teach you until you know clearly the way you should go. Jesus came to seek and to save those who are lost. This means that He will find you if you go astray. Now, I'm not 100% a religious person. No, but I'm also not a infidel as well. Okay, so it's not about religion, it's not about Jesus, because I know that the idea of Jesus only is 2,000 years old. I know that something existed before the idea of Jesus. People will scream, oh, you shuffling them cards is witchcraft, but y'all talk about Jesus who rose from the dead and then healed people. So you got to understand, if the idea of Jesus is as famous as it is, but it's only 2,000 years old, just imagine what you could do with other ideas that could become famous enough to control a whole population of people, even when it doesn't have original roots. I'm just saying. So then if you took the knowledge that's more ancient than Jesus and then packaged it up as something else, like, I don't know, masonry, being a Freemason, because that's comedics right there, right? Right? That's comedics, right? Comedics has a foundation. Comedics is the foundation, because the story of Jesus was originated from the book of Enoch by the Ethiopians, which was taken from the Egyptians in Egypt, because Ethiopia and Egypt are all a part of Africa. Which is why it doesn't make sense how Jesus could be white with straight hair when the original stories all came from Egypt and Africa. Even Buddhist temples have Buddhas that have curls in their hair. If you've ever looked at a Buddha's head, you try to wonder why it's like a bun, but it got the little swirls. That's them trying to curve out a knot or a nap. So the understanding, the understanding, and the overstanding. I'm not trying to say nothing new. I'm trying to get you guys to remember that the sovereignty that you seek comes with knowing the original foundation of knowledge. The sovereignty that you seek comes from understanding the original knowledge. The original knowledge is that of, again, the pyramids, ancient Egypt, and things of the sort. And what would that mean? They didn't erase it all. You just have to open a book. They didn't erase it all. They follow it. Everything that we listen to is ancient masonry, shapes, geometry, cylindrical shapes. All of that stuff apply. Oh, hold on, child. All of that stuff applies. The books have not been tampered with. Everything that is original, and it still is original for others be original. But you got to actually want to see it. But anyway, long story short, like I said, and I'm not going to argue with you guys because this proves my point. Sovereignty starts with the mind. Sovereignty starts with the mind. If your mind doesn't want to be free, that's your problem. That's not my problem. I can't tell you how to think. I can't tell you how to use ChatGPT to help you program your whole entire content to get you monetized in less than a month. It's your mind that you got to program to say, okay, you know what? I'm going to use ChatGPT to figure out my plan so that I'm not, bullying people on the internet, so that I can do something that's going to actually give me some real energy, some real money. I can't tell you to not fear the reckoning or the revelation or the rapture, because that's not my job. I can't tell you that the system that you abide by is failing and trembling and crashing down, and the only way that you can get past it is if you finally understand who the fuck you are. So again, sovereignty. Men wrote it. Okay, so again, Christianity was a book that was written only 2,000 years ago, followed by them researching what they found in the pyramids of Enoch, right? Or the mountains of Enoch, or I don't know, the Grand Canyon, where they don't want to let us go and look at the actual mountains that have the original churches and stuff in it. The original information is right there. That's why they don't want to let us go down there and look, right? Because all the pyramids you could think of are right there. Some man wrote and carved on those walls back then. Those pyramids are older than 2,000 years old. Everything is going to be his story, a story that somebody else told us. But until we realize that we would like to go with the oldest, most original story, or even, I don't know, say fuck what everybody else is learning. Don't read a book, just experience it yourself. And then when you have your experience, then look at everybody's books and be like, oh shoot. Even when I didn't read none of y'all's books and I went on this experience by myself, which is what I did personally, right? Even though I didn't read none of y'all's books, I didn't go to none of y'all's masonry classes, I didn't abide by any of y'all's religion, I didn't go to church every single Sunday and donate to the pastor, I didn't do anything that y'all did, and I had my experience, my afterlife, my feeling like I died, my rebirth, my crucifixion, all of that stuff that I felt like I experienced in real time without reading any of y'all's history books, and I still have a similar experience to what is written in every single book. That's true sovereignty. That's true freedom of the mind. That's where you actually start to begin to understand your power and your authority. Because even without me reading any book that you read, even without me going to any chapter meeting, any masonry meeting, anything, just me simply existing, the information that I needed came to me. By simply meditating and fasting, the information just fell in my lap. I didn't have to crack open many of any books. The only book that I really cracked open was the Sacred Woman book and the Emerald Tablets and the Kabbalion. And that was it. But most of my experience and most of my knowledge came from me simply living my own experience. And that Ace of Swords, I can't make it up. That's the truth. This is the card. That's the truth. Ace of Swords. I didn't have to go to nobody's class. I didn't have to. I mean, I went to Catholic school, but I stopped going to the church when I stopped going to Catholic school. It didn't take me donating 10% of my income every single Sunday to the pastor for me to get blessed when I was blessed. It took me working hard and just being in the moment and respecting people and just being there and doing the job that I was told to do. My job that I was told to do in this portion of my life was to respect myself enough to leave a bad relationship, tell y'all what happened in it, warn other women about what happened in it, and watch out for my kid. Yeah. Be mindful of spirits that want to go ahead and take over your child's spirit. And you know, yeah, that's it. Protect my son and move forward. That's what I was told to do. So, you know, I ended up with an apartment. I ended up with my car, you know, and the bare minimum, yeah, but still enough. There's a message about a Queen of Pentacles. That's a Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo woman. Sometimes you got to get alone and away from everybody in order to still experience or find out your own experiences. This card talks about moving away from people to elevate your mind, solitude, sovereignty. She's mentally sovereign but believes in God and blessings. No, I believe that everything around me is God, because God is the understanding that there's a presence that is bigger than me, which obviously the world is bigger than me. But the blessing is the understanding that the fact that I get to experience and learn every day is a blessing, because I could be dead. I could just be, you know, not here, no consciousness, not in the body. I could be a spirit, or I could be, you know, I could just be, it could be black. Everything in front of me could be black. I could just never see my son become 13. I could just never see my son end up having kids one day. I could just never see my son do anything. I could just never see my son ever again. The blessing is understanding that I could still potentially do all these things. To say you can't access God without knowing Jesus is ridiculous, because again, the story of Jesus and God is all dependent on the story of Isis, Osiris, and Horus. The story of Jesus is only 2,000 years old. So what were people doing before 2,000 years again? What were people doing before 2,000 years ago? If Jesus is the only way to heaven, what were people doing 2,000 years before that? Chariot. This is your way to freedom. This is your chariot. Your freedom is your solitude and your sovereignty. Again, I can't make it up. The only way to get away from things and to be sovereign is to get away. And this is your way to do it, by being sovereign from everyone else. You have to make your own pathway sometimes. My life path is a number one. I'm a leader by nature. I'm not meant to follow nobody else's. I could see and read and be inspired by, but I'm not meant to follow nobody. And this will bring you into celebrity status, mastery. This is a celebrity mastery card, okay? Not your average celebrity. Now, this is going to come with a big fight, of course. This is a dwarf fighting, so you're going to feel like you're small compared to everything around you, but you got to put that fight up. Queen of Wands, Sagittarius, Aries, Leo. Someone is doing spell work on you while you sleep. Yeah. They spiritually raping you and robbing your household while you sleep. Yeah. They spiritually putting love spells on you, chains on you, doing all kinds of things to you, trying to tamper with your mind, come inside your third eye, fuck with your brain. And look, team up with the other side to try to have some kind of rights to do so. Yeah, boss, we was siphoning her energy. Yeah, we was fucking on her. We was tapping into her energy and having all kinds of sex capades. I got like 20 of my friends locked in with her. Yeah, we got her all wrapped up in our loop. Yeah, boss, we did our big one. People are fucking weird. People are really fucking weird. Like, heavy on the people are fucking weird. You are bound by oxygen, food, and air and earth. No, if you know how to fast and go without eating for over 7 days, that's still not true. I've done all that already. I've transmuted that existence. I choose to exist on this plane because I have a son that I have to be a part of. I've already reached my astral potential. I've superseded that level of existence already. I've gone past that already. I did that already. Hierophant, Taurus energy, spiritual teacher, spiritual practitioner. Y'all see that thing on his forehead right there, that crown right there? Y'all see this shape on the forehead right here? Some stuff you just can't make up, it's just there. It's just there. Certain people are just meant to do different things. Some people are meant to be spiritual teachers. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. One more card. Empress at the bottom of the deck, though. Okay, this Hierophant may be the person who brings a spark to this particular chapter of life. So be it. Okay, we got a King of Pentacles in here who's going to potentially go into some kind of poverty. King of Pentacles is Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo masculine who's going to go into some kind of poverty, whether it be spiritual poverty or something of the sort. Then we got a King of Wands that's also working in alignment with them. Leo, Sagittarius, or who is this? Aries, masculine. We got star card energy, star energy. Ooh, sorry, cover her up. Okay, so Aquarius energy and an offer being made. So somebody said, look, you come with me, you can work with me, we can make this world a better place. I'll give you a contract. What about this offer, though? What does the collective need to know about this offer? You got to use your Sagittarian temperance energy between the balancing of the good and evil for the angel, right? Be balanced. And understand that whatever you choose, it will be a winning mark in the battle for you. You will have a win. whatever you so choose to do. This was just a bunch of people taking the time to energy harvest with their friends, come around, stab up people. I'm telling you. Look, my dreams never lied, boy. They never lied. I'm going to team up with these people, and I'm going to murder and slaughter these people spiritually, make myself better. I'm going to siphon as much energy. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to get energy. I'm going to use this situation to the best of my ability. So if I know that the snowman got energy weapons, the man with the plow truck, they using energy weapons and energy manipulation to harvest from people, I'm going to go be on that team. I'm going to lock in with them, and we going to go ahead and we going to come through and destroy, tear down, and we going to eat together. We going to split up the winnings at the end of the day, and anybody that come against us going to be fucked up. Simple as that. This what we doing. Or I'm going to be the people on the inside of the community fighting to protect the people on the inside of the community. I don't want to get beat up. I'm trying to save the people. We going to stand on business and principles there. That's what's going on right now in this battle. People are choosing to either be on that side and be like, oh, well, look, hey, can't beat them, join them. I'm going to just fuck everybody else up. I'm going to help them beat everybody else up. And at least I'm going to be good at the end of the whole entire situation. The sun going to come out. Because today I woke up, the sun wasn't out. And I was like, hold on, why I feel like something's swirling in the bottom of my brain? I don't like it. I can't take it no more. And I broke it all up. And next thing you know, sun came out. Look at that. So what that mean? That mean that a bunch of people was ganging up spiritually against one person, because I kept getting knocked out, kept getting sleepy. And I'm like, dang, why I keep on getting sleepy? What's going on? A bunch of people ganging up. But it's like all that just to prove what? Now, some people will say, well, we was trying to keep you inside and protect you from, you not meant to be on the battlefield, honey. We just going to give you food at the end. You just meant to be a face and be pretty. And, you know, you're not meant to be out here on the floor with us. Somebody else will say, baby, I'm just protecting you. Or somebody else will say, you need to sit your ass down. You think you all that. You ain't shit. Whichever collective it is, right? Back to the sovereignty, it starts in the mind. Where I'm standing at, I wish everybody could work together and make sure that these corporations don't come around and fuck us up. But obviously, I would need to know that somebody who is on the inside would also need to also have, the only way to win is to have your hand in both pots. The only way to win is to have your hand in both pots. Let me explain. Mental health is real, and let me explain why what I'm talking about makes sense. Warren Buffett knows that he can bet against himself and for himself when it comes to a bet, when it comes to doing any kind of stock, right? You can bet for and against. Either way, you win. So I don't know who's trying to say something about my mental health is off. I'm telling you, it's people who are going to be on both sides. And then you going to be sitting right in the middle trying to keep the balance. Like, why are y'all fighting? That's where I'm at. Like, why are you sitting in here with this? Why is this corporation coming in here stabbing people up with y'all's machinery and trying to siphon and swirl y'all energy up in everybody's neck and stab everybody else up in the chest? What's going on? That's unnecessary. But also I could say, well, dang, they going to want to stab somebody in the chest, so who's it going to be? Probably the person who doesn't choose either side and is just sitting in the middle. Like how I just felt this stabbing feeling in my chest. And as soon as I stopped it, now they doing this vibration thing. And I feel this fiery sensation in my nervous system on my chest. But it's probably not even my energy that's feeling it. It could be somebody else's energy that's feeling what I'm feeling. Or sometimes I just, since I'm strong enough, got to be that shield on the outside that's getting my ass whooped up while everybody on the inside is protected, because this pain shit don't really bother me, but I'm going to need to be paid very heftily after this fucking battle for y'all putting my motherfucking face out there and whooping my motherfucking ass and having me as the face front of this shit. When I get back inside and this shit is over with, y'all gonna need to feed me and take care of me, because which y'all said y'all wanted shelter during this goddamn storm and everybody ran up inside my house. I'm gonna need to be paid heftily because my motherfucking chest is burning, my back is hurt, my fingers felt like they all got chopped off, my goddamn head, I done had a headache for 3 days straight. I'm gonna need y'all to go ahead and bless me with some peace after this. So that's where I'm at. Sovereign means to govern yourself, be free from outside influences. That's what I'm saying. I'm free from all the influence, right? But at the end of the day, that's like saying I'm free from the influence and you sitting there and it's a fire. Is your skin still not gonna burn because you're in the middle of the fire? Like, come on now. Let's what we talking about? Sounds like hell. It's not hell. I mean, this is America. What are you talking about? This is America. This is what we got going on. We got some people who... Oh, they told me I'm supposed to only be on for 30 minutes. Let me finish my reading. Okay, justice is coming after this battle. This imposter syndrome is finally going to be coming to an end with this tower moment, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, 2 more cards in this deck. Yeah, they said become a master student of a situation. This is chess. They want you to react in a certain kind of way. Okay, emperor. Be an emperor. To become an emperor. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm lying. Yeah, it's to become the emperor. But the card underneath that is the go to your ancestors about this situation, though. Go to your ancestors about it. Empress energy. Because you are an empress and you're transitioning into an empress because you're understanding how to really work and be a woman. Everybody looking for shelter. Everybody wants to be up inside of somebody. So they all ran up inside of you and stayed healthy while you took the blows on the outside, right? You and a few other people was on the outside skirts of it, getting blown up, getting towed the fuck up, because you can see everything. So they tearing your shit up. They tearing your face up. They tearing your back up. They trying to root work you. They trying to do all of that. I'm tired. How you not? That's what I'm saying. Learning the skill. We got the Knight of Cups, who gets a favorable outcome in the situation, apparently, because they're a selfish king. Yeah, because they're selfish. Because one thing I knew was my ex, long time ago, or maybe 2 years ago, he called me right after us breaking up, and I didn't talk to him for about a year. He thought I was still pregnant by him. He thought I had kept the baby. He's like, so you pregnant tonight? Where's the baby? And I'm like, I was never pregnant. You never got me pregnant. I was just chilling, minding my business. Right? And he was like, well, I got snow trucks and snow plows. And while he was on the phone, I kept feeling this horrible pain in my uterus, and I couldn't understand what it was because I didn't know no better back then. And he started talking to all these different people. He talked to a person at the gas station. He talked to another dude that was his friend that was helping him. And something else. So he was like, yeah, we doing this thing. But I was never with this shit. So every time a snowplow truck comes around, that's the first person I think about. I'm like, that's what that is. So again, but I could have programmed my mind and say every time a snowplow truck comes around, that's my family. I could have thought like that, like every time that truck come around, it's my family, and then whatever energy is coming out of me could have went straight to my family. You got to know how to work your mind to be sovereign and really play this game like chess. Say, okay, they come around. Well, if they come around, I'm gonna lock them in with my family. So even if they do steal from me, even if they do rob me, even if they do make me feel like shit and beat me up, at least the energy can go straight to a family member of mine. You can program that mentally to be anybody that you want it to be for you in your reality. So that once you're all done with the situation, whoever your arch nemesis is in your family, you call them up. Hey, man, how you been? Woo, woo, woo. It's just, you stop fighting that and you turn that into something that's beneficial to you. So that, again, you have your hand in both pots. So you caring about yourself, but the snowplow truck is your son and all his friends. So any energy that's getting siphoned out of you, that's who, you get what I'm saying? You lock that in like that. Or really, that energy that's being siphoned out of that, that's my so and so. But you gotta have your hand in both pots while you're alive in America. That's just what it is. Until further notice, of course. Now, I'm not telling you to be an ICE supporter, because that shit is fucked up. Hell no. But by you being American and not going out and just straight up murdering every single ICE agent you see and shooting them upside the head with a shotgun, every time our energy is given to any part of the system, we are funding ICE. But say all the ICE agents got blown up today, and we never saw another ICE agent on the street again. What would Americans then talk about? What would we complain about then? Now you see what's going on. If you don't pick and choose, something to be mad at, right? Because I'm looking and I can see, okay, my ex and them took advantage of this situation and locked in with my other ex. And they took it as if, okay, so we're going to play chess. We're going to lock in with the snowplow company. We know where she live at. We're going to siphon the energy. We're going to stop it. And we're going to take it for us, and we out of here. We're going to also work with other people in the neighborhood to help root work, put a little covering over top so she can't get over top of them, because, yeah, we going to do a deal where we work with them, and they going to make sure that that's controlled. They set that up. Literally, the girl was like, they sitting there with your neighbors talking with them. Like, I know who worked with who. I'm not dumb. Y'all see my face. They wanted my ass over here drained like a motherfucking rag. But, again, if you didn't have ICE to complain about, what would you complain about? Or look, even my baby father's in prison. I'm speaking his energy. The sun came out even more. Like, come on, how that work? You see what I'm saying? They took it as an opportunity to try to bully you down to nothing, to confuse you about getting up. But if you didn't have them to complain about, what would you complain about? If it wasn't Trump, if it wasn't your significant other, if it wasn't your ex to complain about, if it's not ICE, then what's the problem? When it comes to being sovereign, you realize there really is no problem. It's not even the Jews anymore. It's people who are willing to work against you for spiritual gain, no matter what it costs them. Y'all get that? It has nothing to do with the faces that they show you. It's the faces that they don't show you. It's the people that you know that are wearing the masks of the people that they show you on TV. And that's how you play chess. So there's a transformation going on about a identity crisis for a King of Wands. Someone's bringing a spark and flame to a situation, even though there's spell work that's been done at night to people. A Queen of Wands just has to be careful and watch out for her kid. Because they going to sit here and tell you, oh no, we adults, we care about children. We got kids. We going to protect our kids. We good. This is a community. And I'm sitting here looking at my son getting stabbed in the throat spiritually, like by a whole fucking scorpion looking ass entity. I'm sitting here looking at something that's literally going like this, that's bothering my nervous system. Like, if you could see it, you could see it. Knight of Cups says, I'm going to win this battle, and that's the message. My ex would rather try to decapitate my son using entities and energies and mass collective, making people think, oh yeah, you know, the way we can take you down is through your kid. And people will be so stupid to actually contribute their energy to that, because, well, look, all they want is this kid. If they take the kid, you know, he already seemed like he's sick anyway. He seemed like he got this going on. He seemed like this. He seemed like that. It seemed like he worked for the system. Hold on. You seem like an op. If you can't see how protecting children is way more important than stroking a man's ego. But anywho, a selfish king that the King of Cups is, or Knight of Cups is, go to the ancestors about it though. Become a student of the situation. Someone's going to give you an offer because they're in poverty though. It's a King of Pentacles. This could potentially help you master a skill and turn you into a Queen of Pentacles, though. It's going to have a you're still going to be in a battle where you're going to feel like you're smaller than everybody else around you. You're going to have to get into isolation again. And that's the truth. So the numbers, if you play the lottery, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 8. 1, 2, 3. 3. I'm just looking at everybody doing weird shit, and I'm just like, wow, y'all really weird. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So what was the number? 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7, 8. 3, 3, and the last number is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. 7, 3, 8, 3, 8. Last part of the story, a favorable worldly outcome is going to come for you, Empress. You're going to meet your Emperor. Tower moment is going to bring this, though. It's going to be a tower moment that's going to have to come first. Justice will be served for all kinds of bullshit that came your way. Temperance energy, of course. Star energy. Hierophant energy is the Chariot in the way up out of this hole. So take it as you want it. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about that was really weird. Like what I just saw, like I'm looking at what they doing to different people, like energetically, spiritually, like what's happening to people in their houses. And I'm just like, like, is everybody right? Cool. I'm just looking at people putting their hands on people in different people's houses, people linking and locking in with people, calling on others. Like, child, it looked crazy as hell. But I'm just looking at it like, wow, that's an interesting network y'all got there. That's an interesting spider web that y'all got there. New moon promise. That's some weird magic y'all been doing up there. Two sides of every story. Of course, of course, of course. People paying attention to who live where, okay? Fairies, earth magic has been done. Music is harmony. Music is what you need right now. Listen to some music, make some music. DNA karma, so family ancestral karma being, figured out. Did I get snowed in? I haven't left my house since it started snowing. But y'all see the snow, y'all see the sun outside, Ancestors and generations are coming through to assist with this, whatever this is. Gaia, nurturing energies coming through at this time. Mama Gaia said, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm literally sitting in the sky. Don't worry about it. I'm looking at this from a bird's eye view. Don't worry about it. Eagle communion. Don't worry about it. I'm literally sitting up in the clouds right now. I'm everything that you could imagine and more. I'm literally the breath of life. Like, bro, don't worry about it. I'm just looking at everything. Just give me a second to look at everything. I got you. Just relax. Communion, right? Autumn release. So yeah, some people, they got up so good this season. They like, look, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna take over all the snowplow contracts. Whoever want to work with me, help me go through these neighborhoods and break shit down like a motherfucking pound. You gonna eat. And you be good for not switching up. And anybody switch up on my ass, that's your motherfucking ass. And that's your power to be able to release. Again, having your hand in everybody's pot is the only way to win. We got the clouds shape-shifting, dancing in celebration, and then your wolf instincts. Okay, I told y'all the wolves of Wall Street is out. It's effortless. I don't got the juice. I just know everybody that got the juice. I know everybody on the damn board. I know every direction. I know every. So it's like, either way, I'm gonna have some sunshine. You understand what I'm saying? Either way. You can't do this alone. You can't be a true leader and say that you want everybody fucked up and you want to just go through and just destroy everybody's households and just kill everybody and stab everybody. But for people who need some help, you're going to definitely go to them and clean their eyeballs off and let them know what the fuck going on so they can stop worrying. Oh, do you want me to stop cursing? I'm sorry. On this platform, I curse because I get emotional. And curse words are like seasoning on my sentences for me. Curse words are like seasoning on my sentences for me. So somebody's blocked from you. They have no access to you and they know it now. Someone who was a soulmate and a potential healer. And got his hair cut now, right? They wanted to give you a love offer. So was it going to be a true love offer is the question. They were throwing you some evil eye. What card came out before the evil eye? It was a mature man also that was giving you the evil eye. But there's something false about this. People was playing, I'm telling you, people was just putting masks on each other. Somebody was playing in voodoo. Whoever that is having a health concern. I just seen a health concern card pop out the corner of my eye. You see it right at the bottom of the deck. Shout out to Intuitive Kev. These are his cards. If you guys want this deck, y'all go to his Instagram at Intuitive Kev or on his YouTube channel. And he has an Etsy link where you can purchase these cards. He drew all the pictures for these cards. They're very popular. You've probably seen these pictures all throughout YouTube. I used to always see the pictures and be like, whose cards are these? And I always wanted them. And I finally found out who they were. And yeah, so shout out to Intuitive Kev. So yeah, there's a commitment. They were doing voodoo on your commitment. On someone who's actually good for you for the first time. It's like they don't want you to get with the person that's good for you. No, because if you get with the person that's good for you, then shit, they'll be SOL because you finally get to ascend into your dimension and your happiness, and they don't want that. No, they rather have you as their energetic cash cow, and instead of letting you be with somebody who will put you on a motherfucking farm and put you off somewhere by yourself, minding your damn business. No, they want you to have your coochie wide open for the whole collective to be bouncing around in your guts, but then you go on the internet, oh, these bitches just be giving it out. They don't know what they doing, but meanwhile they holding you down so that they can get all up in your shit. Yeah, ain't shit ass motherfuckers. Okay. They keep trying to block your love offers instead of just mind their business. Ain't that something? Somebody saying hello from the other side. They're trying to get you to spiritually travel to them. They want to give you some unexpected spiritual cash flow. Now you see how drained this person is over here? Whoever this person was that was trying to hold it down, they draining the fuck out of them. And they think they doing it to a grown man. Whole time they doing it to their own blood. Ain't that something? I know. They think they doing it to somebody else. Whole time they doing it to their own kin. That's the shit that be sick. So now a community is in emotional pain because they thought they were getting somebody else out the way the whole time. They sit over here killing your damn kid. They ain't know it. Fucked up ass individuals, I tell you, boy. The Ice King is very jealous and envious. Yeah. Some fathers will go to any lengths just to prove a point and humble their children. All the children want to do is have a regular life, and they won't even let them do that. Children just want to be free to be kids, and they can't even do that in peace. So a community is in emotional pain behind this. But thanks to your faith and you being able to point out certain things, people can finally see what's really been going on. Who they really been hurting. Who they really been tormenting. They thinking they doing it to the system. The whole time they doing it to themselves. Your divination or skill of divination and your intuition is what's guiding a lot of people out of being in the darkness. Getting them back in their north node instead of their south node. Close your private parts up. Get autonomy of your sacral chakra. Have any of you meditated and looked at the bottom of your sacrum lately? Your sacrum is that muscle area, that nerve ending space right at the top of your butt crack. Have any of y'all been paying attention to that? The answer is probably no. So again, divine masculine, right, is unbothered in this situation. He's just like, that ain't got shit to do with me. That's all I'm hearing. That ain't got shit to do with me. They feel like their high honor keeps them out of the whirlwind of bullshit. This lusty love offer is coming your way. They're trying to manifest with you. But your occupation shows that you put in a lot of hard work and labor and efforts during this troubling time. No, it's not. Everything's still in point. Because this person wanted destruction for you. They tried to bring destruction your way. But the universe was like, oh no, baby. People was locking in with other people, projecting their pain and anguish onto other people. So now you get an achievement, sweetheart, because you were able to discover the pole that everybody's trying to climb up and see what was going on and who was blocking it. StarSeed, because the veil is thin and you're still ascending. This is your pathway. No one can block it. It's got other people concerned because they wanted to be seen as a nice guy that could be trusted. And now they have animosity towards you because now they really do look obsessed. And the opposition is about to get their asses handed to them, and you still get to be a rising star. And they are now seen as a thief. And you're now seen as a divine feminine because your chakras actually are aligned and always have been, which will cause someone else to transition up out of here in the distant future. Someone in your family claims to be your twin flame, but you're an earth angel. This mature woman, but you're high priestess, and they've been doing rituals on you. So that's why you abandoned them, because they wanted to put entity attachments on you for money and do love spells on you and put your divine masculine in some kind of bondage. Or they have a divine masculine over there that they have in bondage, but you're a rich girl and you're protected. And this relationship they tried to keep you away from is going to bring you abundance. But they wanted you confused and in illusion and against self-love and block your gifts. Your ancestors, I heard my voice echo, wanted to also, the ancestors in Jezebel. Maybe the ancestors were blocking you from a Jezebel. Surprise. That person was a karmic masculine. And there's an ending to that and that manipulation over there, which brought conflict, which sent everybody to the courthouse. They found out who really was mentally and emotionally unstable through the test of this situation, this time, this situation. They tested it. This was also a moment used to see who could be mentally stable, who would be emotionally stable, who could keep it together, who would start freaking out, who would start acting out. Now everybody's having thoughts about this situation. Ice Queen is in bliss, is seen as a sweetheart, and is moving on. People are enamored with your energy and your honesty, which is going to bring you some real love. Going to have somebody else in poverty. Legal system and their death magic is finally seen. They were operating through a karmic feminine. We're not going to name her name right now. There was a priest involved as well. They wanted to be single sex and successful, so there was a dark high priest, okay? And someone else who was a boss. They wanted you in a third party stitch. They wanted you involved in someone else's relationship, being a sexual cow or some kind of being the essence or the intimacy, the energy, the vibration of the intimacy that existed between these two people. They wanted you to be that. They will be receiving karma for being flying monkeys over top of your house. There's a message. Your work or your line of work is going to change soon because the false narrative that was placed a few moments ago has now been broken. Everyone's awakening to what's really been happening, who's really been abusing who. They can see the abuse that's been done to you. It's now been proven. This rich guy has the expectation about this child. They want his divinity gone. And it's all because he's imprisoned. Oh, okay. Everybody taking up the wrong sides. Now the truth has been exposed about who is who and what is what and what's really going on. Who's locking who inside the castle, who's trapping who ain't shit, who's siphoning energy off of who needs who's strong by themselves, who's strong with people, who has intuition, who has gifts, who's relying on who to see what. Flying monkey over your house is just somebody who's higher than you in your Kabbalah system. Someone who's higher than you on your Jacob's ladder. Who's at the 26 when you're at the 25. Who's at the 36 when you're at the 1. Someone who's just over top of you spiritually, just watching you. So now it can be seen who's really been on top of who. Everything has been seen. There's no secrets now. Who's really relying on who for energy? Who had the gift of discernment? Because who was able to get everybody out of the mess? It wasn't the people who were supposed to be leading everybody, was it? No. I gotta go to the bathroom though. The person who could see who was doing everything. Oh, okay. We'll go back to you. Leave it until May. He ain't here because the door not closed. The door only closed when he here. Truth has been exposed. Who was in a big mess? All right. Is there any normal people in here? There's no such thing as normal. Because what is normal? Normal, at the point where we all started to adapt to our environment, there's no such thing as normal because everyone's adapting at their own rate and at their own willingness to adapt. What's the advice? Is mind your fucking business. and fight the system as best as you can, but understand that you are the system. So the more that we oppress each other is the more that the oppression actually is reflected by them, because they go based on what our emotions tell them to do. So if we're opposing, I fucking hate those Hispanics over there, I hate them, they're gonna send out an agency that's out here trying to do what? Exterminate Hispanic people. ICE. Then, oh, those black people get on our nerves too. They don't do shit and they're lazy. Next thing you know, they killing black people and arresting black people. Well, those white people was the reason why it all started. So then ICE started killing white people. And did y'all not realize that ICE was just doing exactly what our hate has been telling it to do? But ain't nobody focused on them Asians though. And they the ones that run the whole fucking stock market. They up. They all the way up there. If you want to get up with some Asians. See, one thing I learned about Asians, I was this past summer, I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all some personal and I'm gonna get up out of here. So I was this summer when I was homeless, I was showering at the community center where most of the Asian people go. Now, something about Asian people, no matter how much money they got, they gonna go to a free recreation center. Okay? Because they all commune there on certain days of the month. Right? So I would go to the community center and I'd be there and they'd be old. But they know something about spell work and root work. Why? Because they have been on top for so long and they do Buddhism, which talks about the chakras, the nadis. They also are very fluent in acupuncture. So they know the nervous system very well. We talk about needles to the neck, bitch. You gonna be sitting here thinking it's something sticking you in the side of your neck. Whole time it's really sticking you directly in your heart. The Kiss of the Dragon. Did anyone else see that movie where he took that one needle, dipped in that stuff, and he stuck it in the man's heart, and his whole body froze up before he died or something like that? I forgot what it's called. So I was this whole entire summer while homeless, I was at the community center taking my showers, and I'd be around lots and lots of Asian people. Now they cold right now. The Asian people in our neighborhood cold because I guess, like I said, they be on top, so they be having to go through everything. See, we really underneath them, and they was the shelter. Okay, that's why they cold right now, and me talking about them is making me cold because they need some energy. They old as shit, and they've been running this whole goddamn block, and they be having Asian people come throughout the middle of the day, running through, doing their little naughty check-in, making sure that everybody got their little, oh, you got this over here, you run this over here, you on top of this person over here. So I'm just saying this to say this. Did you hear the police? Confirmation. I can't make this shit up. And then, oh, y'all been touching the gems of the neighborhood, the ones that run it. Oh no, we got to come through and run shit down now. We got to set shit straight. The police literally came out as soon as I declared. I'm like, I felt that energy. I'm like, oh. But anyway, they usually top dogs of the neighborhood. So, when it comes to understanding these Asian people, they run the stock market. Why? Because they have access to more people's energy than you'd like to believe. They're the ones who sit in the house all day and sit over top of everybody. So they the ones that's out here bartering your energy up on the black market, right? One thing I learned is that ICE ain't concerned about them. ICE, again, remember, we complained about Hispanics, they start getting the Hispanics. The Hispanics start complaining about the black people, they start going for black people. The black people start trying to point at white people, they start murdering white people. Now we sitting here looking at the Asians, now the police want to come out. Oh, wait a minute now. That's the stock market. More sirens for confirmation. Everything that is done on the face of the planet is ordained by God because God is the existence of all things that exist simultaneously. So understand that if I have a gift to see things, then God gave it to me. The devil doesn't give you gifts to see things that can help you understand. The devil is only here for confusion. If I'm here to break down the illusion, any gift that I have could not be from the devil. Because the devil will only give you a gift to help you confuse people. Other spirits have the ability to have free will. That's something that's listed in the Bible. Every single spirit has free will to do what they want to do. But if you want to create more clarity, you're definitely not working for the devil. If I'm clarifying the understanding that Americans were getting mad at Hispanics for stealing the jobs and things, and then ICE was targeting Hispanic people, but then Hispanic people, because in my community, I live next to a group of a lot of Hispanic people, they start complaining about, well, those black people over there in that neighborhood, that's an income-based neighborhood. We own our condos. We work hard for our shit. They renting. They ain't on shit. They complain about us. Next thing you know, ICE start killing more black people and start arresting more black people. We like, hold on, we thought ICE was only here for the immigrants. What's going on? We confused. Then we start looking at the white people like, well, hold on, what about y'all? Next thing you know, they start going to those white people's homes, and white women start standing on business for us, and they start getting killed. Even the men, they start getting killed by ICE. But the only group of people you never focused on was the Asian people. That's why you haven't seen them in the mix of that. That's not research. That's something that I can see. I'm so on my higher understanding of life that I understand anything that's happening within me is so without. So if I'm seeing it happen in front of me and then I'm seeing the actual reflection of it happen outside of me, I have to now understand, oh, it's our minds that's happening, or rather projecting these ideas into society. We are the government. We are the people that run. If we continue to hate each other, the government will show us how much it hates us, because it's a reflection of us. It's literally being led by our emotions as a collective. If we all love each other so much that we take care of every single neighbor and we make sure, okay, that lady over there is getting really cold, y'all. She needs some energy. Everybody focus on her and get her warm. Focus on why she's so cold over there. Don't leave that lady over there cold like that. Here comes the ambulance trying to bring some life back into the situation. Oh, what's going on over Miss So-and-so's house over there with the 4 kids? Oh, she seems she good. She got enough. Okay, she good. What's going on with Miss with them down there to play the guitar? Oh, they good. They good. I'm not blaming anybody. I'm saying we as people in our communities have to take accountability for each other, because whatever we do is what the government going to do. When we move, they move. Y'all don't realize it though, because we want to always blame them for our disadvantages. See, when we showed that we could govern ourselves all summer long, the government was shut down. Everybody was just chilling. People was not working but chilling. Everybody had the summer to just chill, and the sun was hot, blazing, aflame. We had all the heat, all the energy. It was good. What, didn't nobody have to waste energy working? It was a good moment. And then when they said they was gonna give y'all back pay, everybody got comfortable and was ready to go back to work. Then winter started. But then people who still were able to understand what they had already achieved during the summertime, they said, we're not doing that. Well, the government now reopened itself back. I was like, hold on, what you mean you're not gonna give us our power back? Wait. We was just trying to see something. No. We need to turn the government back on. Fuck that. We gotta go back to work. You hear the ambulance and the police sirens getting louder. I'm only telling y'all the truth. Wake up. That's why they trying to distract it. The sirens is only coming. You don't see how that's mirroring. They trying to, whoa, hey, wait. No, don't listen to what she's saying. No. Sit, hear me. Once we realized what we had achieved, they wanted to now all of a sudden reopen the government back up to reestablish their authority, because they're like, oh, we was just trying to see something. No, wait. So then we go into the space now where everybody's back to work, everybody got back pay. So now, okay, well shoot, I'm back to believing in my government. They back paid me, so I'm good. I'm choosing their side now because I'm good. They made sure I'm good. Now everybody back on the government's dicks. Now the government looking like El Chapo again. Yeah. So then the government now still looking at us for the playbook. Okay, it seems like everybody hating on Hispanics right now. So let's go send ICE out to go see let's see how they react. It's chess. I put ICE right here. I make them shoot these people. How do y'all react? We gonna study what y'all do. I put ice right here and then I blow up these people. What y'all gonna do? I put ice right here and I blow up these people. What y'all gonna do? They just watching to see how we react to everything that they do. Meanwhile, we sitting here watching them like, oh, they're killing us. They're watching us. They up there and they outside all day. They the higher up watchers. El Shaddai, I am that I am, the abyss. They just sitting down watching us, seeing what we gonna do. They looking at us. Their perspective. If I could show you a government camera, a government level camera is looking down at Earth like a satellite. And this is talking about somebody's third eye, because it's things that I've seen through my own third eye as well, through astral projection. They trying to silence me because they don't want me to tell you the truth. Y'all have to have the consciousness to understand that. They want me silenced because they don't want y'all to know the truth. But their consciousness is able to go to a higher up realm and look down on us from space. We literally just on the earth, and they say, let's look at this person. And then they either slice it open and free you again, right? Because like I said, you can look from a higher perspective at any and everybody and see what's going on. Or they look even further out and they go look at somebody else. What's going on over there? Okay, that seems like business as usual. They doing what they need to do over there. Okay, what they doing over there? Okay, business as usual. The store is still open, it's still thriving. That's the tail of the situation. What's going on over there? Okay, they still got their windmill going. They looking from a higher perspective and seeing the flow of energy in each area, and then they're doing things on the news to see how it affects the energy flow in the areas. And based on places that pick up high frequency energy, they sent out certain people to get certain jobs done, but still understand the government is us. So there are people who are us who understand how to use the government as puppets. So back to the original conversation, sovereignty is the mind and freedom and money. You can master all three, but you have to master them in a certain order in order to achieve the one that you want the most. I'm not old and I'm not dumb. Like I said, the situation at hand is we're trying to have a breakthrough and get away from the summer solstice, the cold front that they tried to put here. And the power they tried to have over us. I just wanted to remind you guys that ICE is only ICE is only displaying the hate. I got this ice box where my heart used to be. They're just here to help us see how much we hate. When we see the hate that we hold in our hearts displayed in physical form, it's a test now for us to either choose to continue on to hate like that or heal that. So either you're going to have the hate of ice in your heart and be like, yeah, I hate Hispanic people. They need to go back to their country. Yeah, most of them is immigrants. Yeah. Or you're going to have the hate of the other side of ice. Yeah, I hate black people so much because they lazy and they use government assistance. What the fuck? I mean, shit. I mean, our argument is, we did build this country and the whole economy for 400 years and got whipped and beat and raped and got our nuts cut off for centuries. I think it's about right that we get some government assistance in this bitch. Shit. We want our 40 acres and a mule. Don't y'all get to come over here and immediately get benefits without even proving anything? We got to prove that we even exist in this place, and y'all come over and don't even have green cards and still can get benefits. They ask you, are you an alien or are you an American citizen? And you could check that and you can still get free dental. I got to be pregnant to get free dental. It's not the same. So they do that purposely because they want us beefing with each other. So then the hate that both of us come together now, we say, well, shit, you right. They have been beating us up and making us fight each other. It's the white people. So now ICE goes out and it kills a white woman who actually is like, no. We don't hate you guys. I'll prove it. We'll stand on the front lines for you guys. And they shoot her. So now you hate the white people, but then, well, they just lost their life. So now we can join it with that. Okay. Well, shoot, if they will put their life on the line for us and they getting killed, then why we hate them so much? Now we need to work with them. So then who's the next person on the food chain? Well, what you Asian people been doing about this all along? Y'all sitting here watching this. What y'all doing? Running the stock market the whole entire time. Making sales the whole entire time. Setting up deals from the higher realm the whole entire time. Literally allowing their uncles and aunties to come meet them and they talking to them on the phone and all over in Bangladesh, locking into their neighbor's energy while sending all your information all over to somebody in Nepal. Then we have ignorant people who are stupid enough to walk through the parking lot and say, shut the fuck up, to somebody like me. But what am I saying that's a lie though? You so ignorant that you walk through the parking lot and say, shut the fuck up. But it's like, where's the lie in what I'm saying? So many people be so ignorant to not really understand what's really being shown to us. That hate that you put in your heart, the group that y'all supposedly hate are feeding off of that hate. Because they know that your hate for someone else, they can fuel off of that. They can lock into your heart chakra. They can use your energy to have the energy, the amp to go into other neighborhoods and do things to people. Because they trust that you hate people enough to act like that. So they can use you as a tool. That's why I'm like, I'm not here to hate nobody. I had good energy. I felt nice and warm. So I'm like, is anybody cold? Anybody cold? I'm going to everybody's house. Is your third eye open? You good? Why your brain feel congested? Are you good over here? Are you good? Handing out food to the homeless, right? But then it's, you shut the fuck up. Yeah, you bitch. Let me slam the door and talk shit and stomp on the floor. It's like, y'all keep missing the lesson. The lesson is to just learn to love people, even when they talk shit about you like that. It's like, I know you just need some energy. You just need somebody to pay attention to you because you feel like you fell off because you was doing good behind the scenes. So you just need some attention. People only yell and stomp and scream when they feeling like they going under. If you quiet, 9 times out of 10, you feeling good. You eating good. You ain't got nothing to say too much. You don't see Beyonce and Jay-Z on the internet involved in arguing. I actually asked ChatGPT, and this is my last statement to y'all, because this is going to be my last long, because they said make one long content a week, and then just give y'all short content throughout the day. So my last thing is this. I went on ChatGPT last night, and I asked it, I would like to have a sovereign God-like reality. What do I need to do? And it said specifically this one thing. It said, if you want to have a God-like authority, first thing you don't do is argue with people on the internet. I'm not arguing with you. You need energy. You're trying to get motion and you're trying to be fueled. I'm not engaging in that. I'm not fueling your car. I can't help you. You already have it set in your heart to feel a certain kind of way. I'm not here to convince you of anything. I'm here to get my path, go in my journey, go in my direction. I'm not here to help you. I'm here to do what I came to do. And if you want to dispute and display hate, that's on you. You do that. That's your job. That's not my job. But if I speak on something that is true, to point it out to other people to make them aware, it might cause me to have to go back 5 steps, right? I might get pushed down 2 levels because I just went somewhere but at the end of the day, someone else right here on this page that didn't hear it, that didn't know that, you learn something, you realize, you're like, dang, hold on. So when I stop hating people around me, and I stop hating my neighbor, and I stop hating this person, I could actually like benefit from just being in the collective energy somehow. I don't have to swing my head around in a circle and prove that my tornado is bigger than the next person's. It's not about Jesus. It's about Christ's energy, crystal energy. Because again, when it goes back to the pyramid and cometics, the crystal, the clear quartz is on the top of the pyramid. To get to Christ consciousness, to get to the 33rd understanding, the 33rd, right? 33-degree Masons. Christ died at the age of 33. To get the true crystal understanding, you have to actually be like Jesus. Jesus was outside healing everybody. And he had 12 disciples. He didn't really care about anyone. He didn't say, hey, are you a Christian before I heal you from leprosy? He didn't say, is this nation actually good people before he produced loaves of bread and multiplied the fish with his hands? He didn't say, oh, are you guys followers of Satan or followers of God or Buddha or Allah before he produced the fish? He didn't say, because that was Jesus, the son. That was the son. That was the kid, right? Now, God, the Father, the one, the creator of all, supposedly, right? The male creator of all. What he did from the sky was he made sure he did what? He drowned towns. He drowned people and put them under when he realized that they were no good. When he realized, oh, shoot, they ain't right. They went to the bottom. Oh, shoot. Yeah, I'm about to go ahead and make sure that this town gets. Did he send like what happened with Moses? That they had to put the markings on their door or something, or the death angel came in there and killed them, gave them diseases, and had beetles and scarabs and all that running through their houses. Natural disasters, right? To bring out truly who deserves to sit with the king based on their actions. Now, if Jesus is the Son of God, right, and God is the thing that doesn't exist, right, that would mean that a lot of our patriarchal standards actually do somewhat apply, right? Because that would mean like dead dads in the sky and the ethers, and fathers who are omnipresent. They would give their children, the sons, which is why sons can carry on legacy, but daughters cannot. Daughters change their last names in marriages, but sons carry on the legacy. So before a man who probably got thousands and millions of dollars from their father's passing or something like that would be able to give his dynasty to another woman of some sort, right? He would want to check and see who these people are before you get carried home with me, right? My son included. His father, I don't know what's going to happen to him in prison, but if his father's rich and his father passes down his legacy to him, he would want to make sure that the woman that he chooses to be with is trustworthy and understanding on many different levels of understanding. Meaning, okay, physically, if we and you together all the time, we gonna get targeted. So there's gonna be times where I gotta get away from you. Because if I stay next to you, people gonna target you, me, and it's always gonna be a problem. We're gonna be an obvious target. So in order to make sure that things are still right, I gotta, pretend sometimes I hate you. People are watching. This is like a TV show. It's deeper than what we really understand, because when you truly have chosen a person and this is my girl right here, y'all. Now y'all are a target. Beyonce and Jay-Z are a target for energy. Ooh, look at them. Let's go to their page. But they don't post nothing on the internet. They only follow each other on the internet. Why? Because they understand that now that what does Beyonce say? I put my life in the dark for the sake of you and me. Only way to go is up. So again, when it comes to the understanding of God and Jesus, in order to get the clear crystal quartz consciousness and get to the highest level, you have to be put through tests. And the test right now, I say, look, I ain't doing nothing to nobody. I ain't putting no spell work on nobody. I ain't taking nobody's side. I just tell you one thing, I can see everything. And I know what the fuck going on. And if you guys don't wake up and start seeing what the fuck going on, we're gonna continue to keep on having ICE going around here killing everybody and stabbing people. And it ain't gonna be, because we're giving them energy. We're proving to them that we hate each other enough that we want to see that kind of shit on TV. That's entertainment to us, to hate each other. That's entertainment. I hate my neighbor so much that when I turn on the TV and I see somebody that look like them getting killed, it's going to give me energy. When I turn on social media and I see them laughing at dudes who was using girls for the money, now I'm entertained, because that's my storyline. People only going to perform what they see that you want. It's always give the people what they want. For those who were spreaded throughout nations through slavery will be at the top when he comes back. I'm not saying that that's false, because again, like I said, people who are at the bottom, like I said, after this blizzard happened, it felt like all the black people and the Asian and Hispanic people were definitely on top of the food chain. When I thought about that little Asian people in the neighborhood, I got real, real cold. Everything's already been set up how it needs to be set up. It's already been set up. So if you truly have spiritual authority, even with me mentioning that and them potentially getting back to where they think they're supposed to be at, right? You still gonna be able to do the same thing all over again. But it's not about us potential. Again, remember, ICE hasn't touched the Asian person yet. That's all I'm saying. But if we keep on trying to hate the next neighbor and tell the neighbor this, okay. That's all I'm saying to y'all on the internet who don't already get it. We might get it over here in this reality, this dimension. We might be on a different timeline than somebody else, and they need to get the education. It is what it is. If they never taught, they never taught. No. I know spirit is real, but it's people who have used their color and their title and their outside appearance to have authority over other people that they have no business having authority over. So like it's been said, things will be set crystal clear when people have clear crystal quartz consciousness. But if somebody does still go back and uses something like their authority of their racial system to get back on top of people, they will be dealt with accordingly. Now that people understand that they have the ability to do so, come on now. That's all I'm saying. People understand now what's going on. And it takes sometimes to sit down and quiet and really look around and be like, hold on. You know what? They never do hurt people like them on the internet. No, I didn't leave. I'm talking about again. You okay? You good? You good? Or you want breakfast? Which one? Huh? Do you want me to make you breakfast or you want to go back to sleep? Sir Sally. Hello? Do you want me to make you breakfast or do you want me to let you sleep?
Breakfast.
Okay, I just didn't want to cook it and you throw it in the trash. You understand? I know there's not a black guy saying black people are not aligned with the Almighty, so we not gonna get shit. Child, our They said don't argue with people on the internet. So I'm gonna just go ahead and let y'all have that one. But yeah, just remember, if you're melanated and you know, resonate on the same frequency as the sun because you know you like the sun and the sun is good for your skin and you understand that and you understand the origins of everything and where we all came from and intelligence and you know understanding of the hierarchy and always remember you know the actual levels when it comes to the actual knowledge and wisdom, not simply what your job told you that you are, not simply what you know your employer told you that you could be or who you should be and what you should be doing out here, but truly understanding true wisdom. We are the only race that doesn't know exactly where we come from, and that's the white man's best kept secret. The Jews are chosen people, however, we're all still, but I'm not going to get into that one because, you know, there's the idea that the Jewish and the Hebrew people are actually brown people before they migrated. But anyway, everybody originally, as we all know, all races started off brown. Pangea split and everybody adapted to the new weather. And that was that. That's the story. That's how life works. That's how your body works. You move to a new neighborhood, you adapt to the system over there. That's just how it works. So, yeah. It's time for the next leader to go ahead and raise up. Chat, see you. God blesses everyone and Euphoria. See you later. Bye. I'm speaking from the Bible. I didn't just pull this out the air. Maybe that's the problem because the Bible is only 2,000 years old. You speaking off of somebody else's perspective and you haven't gotten your own. You haven't like put down all the books and just looked around. Talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good one. Remember, here on this platform, you are heard, seen, and loved. Remember, always have peace, love, and hair grease and everything in between because these tools anybody help you manifest your dreams. Don't let nobody take advantage of you. But also, don't forget, you know, all praise is due to the Most High, the Son, and everyone that has sons to help, you know, transfer over their legacy. If you don't have a son, that's unfortunate. Your legacy will die. Your legacy will be consumed by another person's empire because your daughter will marry into someone else's family. And they will take over your daughter. That's just how it goes. But anyway, yeah. Hope y'all are loving on yourselves and paying attention to the true climate and the true essence of what it means to be sovereign. To free your mind from any standard and finally realize like, oh, I could actually take my knowledge and just, you know who I am. Protect my kid and mind my business as best as I can. Team up with somebody in the neighborhood and move along and move around. That's it. All right, y'all. Y'all have a beautiful, blessed day. Remember, it's Monday. Moon day. Tap into the moon. Shake your womb a little bit. If you ain't got a womb, then get your woman to shake hers. And yeah, have a blessed one. Peace.